Hi, my name is Brandon Morgan, and I am the instructor for our New Mexico history class this fall. In this video, I want to give you an overview of our course just to show you how it's organized, where you can find things, how to navigate, and so on. So this is going to be kind of a general overview of Brightspace. And everything I just said. I have a more specific overview course tour that dives into a specific module. So I'll make reference to the unit learning modules probably a few times in this video. The other video will show you in specific terms how each unit learning module is organized and how to work your way through them. Again, this is here as a way of helping you to guide yourself through our course. I want to just really emphasize, though, that I am here to help. I'm here to chat if you want to talk about history. I'm here to chat if you're struggling with figuring out how to get started with any part of our course. I know that we're using some platforms that you are probably not familiar with, including TikiTaki for our timeline assignment, including either Twitter or Hypothesis. You choose either one of those two for the reading annotations assignments. I do understand that those are unfamiliar. Um, I've come to recognize those platforms as very powerful ways of interacting online. And so I really enjoy using them with you all as students in my New Mexico history class. Um, but again, as I was saying, I get it that you might not know what to do with those. So I've put a lot of tutorials around various places in the course that are much like this one. And I'm also here if you have questions. So send me an email, send me a text message. That number is in the syllabus. Um, you can send me a message through Twitter as well, whatever works best for you in terms of communication. But I will do my best to help, and I do my best to be as responsive as I can be. Of course, I do take weekends off, more or less. I don't work in the evenings. I tend to work in the daytime, but I recognize that many of you will be working in the evenings, and that's totally fine. If you're working on something and you get stuck and you have a question, just send it to me via email and I'll respond the next day, and then you can get it when you get back to work, and we'll just work forward that way. Um, all right. So all that said, let me just show you a couple of things here. Hopefully this looks familiar. This is our course landing page in Brightspace. As you scroll down, you'll see the announcements box. Currently, there are no announcements here. I'll post this video here when I've finished making it, but do check the announcements because that's one of the regular ways that I communicate with all of you, especially when there are kind of general comments to make about an assignment in terms of the big picture, the overall historical trends that we were talking about. If there's something that a lot of us either had a misconception about or everyone did really well with, those are the kinds of things I'll make very general comments on in the announcements. Um, I'll also post upcoming extra credit opportunities. I do like to give extra credit for different Zoom talks or events that are coming up that are relevant to either New Mexico history or history more broadly. Um, so look for those things in the announcements. As you scroll down, you'll see the content browser. This is a way, or the way you can find our student hours. So I'm available on Tuesday mornings from 9 to 11 on Zoom. You can find the link in here. This is also one of the ways that you can get to all of the unit learning modules. So if you want to work on Unit 1, you can click into it this way. I'm going to keep scrolling down just to show you the bottom. Of course, you can see the calendar is on the right-hand side of the screen. Beneath all of the unit learning modules are a couple of modules that have tutorials for the different platforms we're using. So Twitter, Hypothesis, and Timeline is here. Information about the final project and extra credit is in this one. So do look at those. And also look at this activity feed. I'll post things here from time to time that are relevant to the class or that bring our study up to the present, but that aren't quite part of what we're doing in the regular learning modules. So this is sort of like a Facebook feed or something, but it's just for us here in our class. You all can respond, and hopefully we can have some interesting conversations there. I apologize for any seasickness as I scroll back up. All right, so So those are ways of getting into things in our course. As you can see here in this blue box, one other way is to click coursework and to click content. This will take you to all of the course content in a different way. It's just a different approach to it. It'll start you in the overview and syllabus section, so do look through that. The video that you're watching is embedded here. It's also one of the announcements, as I mentioned. There's a link to the syllabus. There's a link to our course on Twitter, to the group on Hypothesis. There's a link to our digital textbook and the document that gives you the coupon code for accessing it, and then these videos. So this is all really great getting started stuff. Please do read through the syllabus. It has all of the kind of overview of everything we're doing this semester, how things are organized in terms of the workload. And it also has links to all of the assignment instructions. So the syllabus does contain much of what you'll need. I say it that way because you'll also need to look at the unit learning modules. I'm going to click table of contents just so we can see an overview of all of them at once, more or less. So as I mentioned, the student hours are here with the Zoom link. If Tuesday mornings don't work for you, just let me know and we can set up a different time. But as you scroll down, you'll see kind of a quick overview of each of the learning or the unit learning modules. So unit 1 lasts 1 week. Most of all of the other units last 2. So as you scroll down, you'll be able to click into each of these and then just follow through the steps of what is included here. If you always click on the first spot in the learning module and then just use the arrows to work through it, you'll be able to get everything done without missing anything. But again, do watch the learning module video as well to get a better sense of that. Here's unit 2. So again, you can see kind of everything as it's included here. As you scroll down, this is a quick way into the work that you need to do. And that's kind of the crux of what we're doing is these learning modules. If you know specifically you want to jump to unit 6, you can do that. You've probably noticed that I have everything open. I don't keep things closed until you get to that. You can work ahead if you want, as long as you make sure you go back and do your replies to annotations or on the timeline. All of that should make sense as you work through these things. So again, here are those tutorial modules. As you click on those, you'll see these 2 submodules for reading annotations in the timeline. You can also see them at a glance here. So again, this is where everything is included in terms of what you need to do, where the instructions are. I hope it makes sense. If you have questions or when you have questions or when you just want to talk about something, feel free to send me an email, drop into those student hours, whatever works for you. And I really look forward to getting to know you, to learning from your insights on New Mexico history. And I think we're going to have a great semester.